Done no revision for GCSE English Language Paper 2? Well guys, here's a 60-second summary of every single question in the paper. So first things first, I recommend that you start from question 5, the back of the paper, so the 40 marker on the article, letter or speech. Spend around 45 minutes on this section, and let's say you get an article. What you want to do is you want to start off with a title, then an introduction, 3 paragraphs in the middle and a conclusion. And in this question, you need to be convincing and compelling. So whatever subject you're writing about, you want to have a clear viewpoint. You want to either be for or against it, and you don't want to sit on the fence for this question. However, you can have a counter argument, but you just want to make sure that you're very specific with your point of view. And when it comes to being convincing, you want to convince me with your point of view, and you can do this by using rhetorical questions. You can use expert opinions, facts and statistics. Remember, you can make up your facts as long as they're realistic. Okay, now moving on to question 4. This is a 16-mark question. You want to spend around 16 to 20 minutes on this. And the question asks you to compare the writer's different viewpoints from source A and source B on a specific topic. So look out for different language and structural features and think about how it shows the writer's viewpoints and opinions. And then you also in this question want to look at the writer's methods. So think about the form and the tone of the extract. Is the extract written in a funny or a serious way? And then link it to what it shows about the writer's viewpoints. Make sure that for this question you use comparative phrases, so like however, on the other hand, similarly, and this will help you compare better between both sources. Now moving on to question 3, this is a 12 marker, and the question will say, how does the writer use language to show something? So this is a gift of a question, and what you want to do is you want to look for different language techniques. Examples of language techniques, your adjectives, nouns, verbs, similes, metaphors, personification, alliteration. So look out for these different techniques and then think about the effect of it. What does this technique show about that specific topic? I'd say to do around 3 paragraphs for this question. Now moving on to question 2, this is an 8 marker, and it will ask you to write a summary about the differences or the similarities about a specific topic in both sources. And guys, my top tip for this question is you don't need to talk about different techniques. You just need to find the evidence and you need to analyze the evidence. And what I mean by analyze is you want to infer. So when it comes to the evidence, you want to think about something that's not actually being said in the text, but it's something that you've worked out for yourself. So if the question is about writing a summary on the different childhood experiences, and we see that in source A that the children are starving, we can infer from this that perhaps the children are homeless, or perhaps the children's parents are financially unstable, and that's what I mean by analysis. So all it is point evidence inference times 4. 2 times for source A and then 2 times for source B. Make sure that you use comparative phrases whilst doing this. And lastly, question 1, the 4 marker, you just need to shade in the true statements. And for question 1, don't overthink it guys. Spend around 4 to 5 minutes on this question max.